welcome to the show, 𝗘𝗀𝗁. How's it going today, man?
Hey, it's going well. It's going well. How about
Very good.
yourself?
Man, never been better. So just so the listeners know, 𝗘𝗀𝗁, you are a practicing dentist, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I practice or have been practicing for about 20 years and located in Maryland for the past maybe 7 years or so.
I think a lot of us have that itch, but not all of us take effect or implement, that. What was the biggest push? Because it sounds like to me you're a private practice and you own your own business. Is that correct?
I think the difference, or you say people don't maybe take advantage of that if they do have that urge.
Yes, so they have the urge, but don't take action.
Yeah, it's a leap of faith.
Yeah.
You have to, trust in you and your ability and believe that your efforts will pay off. And, bet on you. Put your put your money on yourself.
Did you buy real estate? Do you own the office that you're in? Tell us a little bit about that journey.
I attempted to negotiate buying the condo that the practice was in addition to the practice from a retiring doc. And my understanding of everything we negotiated was that, within a few years, I would have the option to buy. I had the first right of refusal in a situation where, everything was reviewed, by lawyers on both ends and, professional leases. Nothing was left to just, the doctors doing it. There, we got the suits involved. But what I didn't understand that he had to actually offer it.
Mm-hmm.
My understanding was by the end of the first lease I could buy. So that wasn't the case. He held off as long as he could and attempted to renew, the leases and that type of thing. And what ended up happening is I got out. My intention was to purchase the property in addition to the practice. And I was very clear about my intentions. But yeah, that little loophole there made me have to take a different route.
Where did that push you? Where did you end up after that?
Clinically and doing dentistry, it's, fairly routine, right? But these side ventures or adjunct ventures, like attempting, to buy the property as an investment in hard assets and things like that. I had to take a detour. So ended up, within another lease because I wasn't in a situation to buy at that point because I was all in on that practice. So I opened another practice, a second. I kept the one in Virginia, as my base, and opened another practice. And from that point, when that lease started to come to an end, a gentleman I worked with and I had, similar ideas as to what we wanted. So he and I invested in property together and opened a third practice. And so we now own that property and as well as practice out of it.
What's next for 𝗘𝗀𝗁 in real estate investing?
Well, ideally, commercial, multi-unit properties, where we can bring in other businesses that hopefully either want something long-term, and again, we hold the property, or if it is, medical related, we can have sort of a referral unit internally. So that way we're both dealing with, again, the property as an asset and an investment, as well as potentially the professional relationships physically being there.
What would be a crazy idea for you a crazy investment for you that you would consider that wouldn't align with any one of those things we just talked about?
You said crazy investment. You mean just outside of my lane, but sounds interesting?
Yeah.
Um, an apartment complex.
Mine is a hotel. I think mine's a hotel. Mine's outside of my lane, but it's got to be special, Casey. It's got to be maybe somewhere in the Caribbean where I can do like the, you know, a nice little bar restaurant attached with, you know, with the rooms as well too. I mean, that's a whole different world. It's like so many real estate investors venture into this world of restaurateur, hotelier, and it's completely different. You know, it's not, that's not in your lane, man. If you invest in real estate, it doesn't mean you can cook dinner on Friday nights, right? It doesn't mean that you can have that hospitality piece, but that's always something that's in the back of my mind. It's one of those big goals, you know. I've got some colleagues that have ventured down that path and have acquired, you know, destination type properties, but it sounds like fun.
Great idea. I like that one. I may have to borrow that one.
Come on, man. We'll get next to each other. We'll be next door neighbors, man.
Yeah.
Something puts a smile on my face.